On behalf of our fellow board members and community, thank you, Mark, for all you have done in your service as board chair. It's truly been a pleasure to serve as your vice chair, and you have set the stage for a seamless transition as I step into that role.
And congratulations as your new role as our board chair.
Thank
Very
you.
excited. One thing that is too often overlooked is just how volunteer-driven United Way is. I am proud of all our volunteer leadership, but especially those who take on the responsibility as board chair. Mark, your leadership, guidance, and stewardship of our organization built on the work of those who came before you and has set us on solid footing for the future. We had a lot to navigate coming out of COVID, serving a changing community, and over the past year, we also undertook the daunting task of finding a new home and executing the move while remaining a fully operational organization. You provided a methodical, steady hand through it all, and we are so appreciative.
You kept us focused on the goals of our 3-year strategic plan, our roadmap to take us into the future. Now complete, I cannot be prouder of how far we've come under your leadership. But even more inspiring, you kept your eye on who we were doing it for, the people who need United Way to be there for them.
As we neared the completion of our 3-year strategic plan, it became time to plan for the future. Part of the plan is all about partnerships, local businesses, nonprofits, local government, and even an increased involvement at the state level. We forged a special partnership with the United Way of Naugatuck Beacon Falls, sharing campaign chairs. We shared events such as Day of Caring and even a joint leadership giving reception. Thank you to Works for being so gracious and customizing the theme and campaign creative for the use by our neighbors, all to help and maximize their campaign. We executed an in-depth needs assessment to identify community needs and evaluate our investments as we move toward a new 3-year funding cycle.
Several things caught our attention, the first being the youth mental health crisis. Nearly 50% of all local youth report experiencing feelings of depression, hopelessness, and persistent sadness. This alarming statistic underscores our urgent mental health crisis affecting young people in our community, with long-term potential consequences on their academic performance, their social interactions, and their overall well-being. Accessible mental health services and preventative care are more critical than ever to address this growing issue. United Way strategies are aligned to meet this challenge as we continue to fund essential organizations like Wellmore, which supports the mental health of individuals across all generations in our community.
The assessment also highlighted the issue of rising local homelessness. Homelessness in our area is steadily increasing, with approximately 100 unsheltered individuals currently living outdoors, including 14 children. These are not just statistics. These are real people facing real hardship. These are children with names experiencing something no child should face. This heartbreaking reality highlights the vulnerabilities faced by families in our community. As housing instability worsens, the need for emergency shelters, affordable housing, and long-term supportive services becomes even more pressing to protect these families and these individuals. The United Way continues to fund the Coordinated Access Network, guiding discussions to achieve sustainable housing solutions with a very strong focus on homelessness prevention. We believe no child or no individual should be sleeping outside.
The assessment also showed an escalation of food insecurity. The soaring cost of food has significantly compounded food insecurity across the region. Our food resource partners are seeing a 25% increase in demand, especially for children. This surge reflects a troubling trend as more families struggle to meet their basic nutritional needs, underscoring the necessity for expanding support systems, food drives, and sustainable solutions to alleviate hunger. The United Way has provided hundreds of thousands of healthy, nutritious meals to help fuel the minds and bodies of the children in our community. To help address stressed budgets, our financial stability investments are focused on increasing family resources so they can meet their basic needs, whether through our VITA program, the Volunteer Income Tax Credit Assistance Program, which returned $1,300 on average to low-income filers this year, or access to career training opportunities to increase income. We'll hear more on food insecurity in just a few minutes.
Looking back on the past year, I'm excited to share when campaign chairs Pam and Dave Rotatori asked you to help every voice be heard, you responded. Their efforts helped raise over $3.6 million. I need to say that again, $3.6 million, an incredible amount. But we will not sugarcoat it. It was a very challenging year. Studies are showing that fewer people are giving, but the trends are also showing that those who are giving more. So we know when people understand the impact they have, they are willing to do more. The campaign focused on increasing participation and encouraging those who had the means to give a little more. It is a message we are carrying into this current campaign. I do want to thank Joe Gugliotti and Grant Copeland and their extraordinary team. Again, they had developed the theme, Every Voice Be Heard. You helped us bring real voices from real people in our community out to our audience, so thank you.
Thank you, Pam and Dave, for leading the campaign. We have been executing strategies to diversify our revenue outside of the workplace campaign to ensure we have resources now and into the future. With events such as Women United Galentine's and Summer Social, raising thousands to address women's health and wellness issues, or encouraging stakeholders to become members of the 1942 Society through planned giving and endowment, we are looking at every opportunity to attract resources. We continue to research and apply for federal, state, and private grants to support all of our impact areas. We piloted a Roundup small business initiative this spring with Spirit Cafe, Fascist Chocolates, and Clocktown Brewing Company, putting our branding in front of their patrons with an opportunity to round up their checks in support. Sandy Sinich, Jackie Mohall, and Shannon Cavallo hosted a Sip and Shop fundraiser at the Shops in Middlebury for the holidays. Just one example of volunteer-driven fundraisers.
Understanding drives consideration, and we've undertaken several initiatives to help keep community informed. Our social media reach has grown now, reaching several thousand across all the channels. Each issue of our e-newsletter is distributed to over 10,000 people. So if you're not signed up, make sure you sign up. And the Way Forward podcast just crossed 1,000 downloads. We are now holding live virtual lunch and learns with subject matter experts and take stakeholders on monthly community impact tours. Please, please join us. We've even expanded our menu of volunteer opportunities with truly something for everybody to experience our work firsthand. We are the go-to partner to help companies achieve their corporate social responsibilities goals. This past year, volunteers contributed almost 14,000 hours through our United Way. That equates to $441,000 in impact. Isn't that amazing?
Amazing, yes. We could not deliver the results we do without our impact partners, many who are also logged in with us this morning. Thank you for helping us create much of the impact we have been discussing today. And a special thank you to the volunteers of the Community Impact Cabinet and Council. The countless hours you put in to vet our investments and programs ensures every dollar invested delivers more than a dollar of impact. And on behalf of the board and the community, thank you, Kristen, and the staff of the United Way. The work that goes on behind the scenes, many never get to see. The United Way staff is online with us this morning.
Yay.
Thank you for your passion and most of all, for your commitment.
Yes, and a special thank you from me to the United Way team. They really are truly the compassionate leaders who work tirelessly to achieve our mission. The work is not possible without them, and each person, each department, all working towards a common goal to help people. You will find a listing of these volunteers, our staff, and partners in our new annual report. If you have not received a link just yet, we will be sure to put it in the chat box. Once again, a big thank you to Marisha Walker and your design team at Works for doing the creative behind this report. We appreciate you.
Our work is focused on the single mission of helping people, to provide a hand up to those in need so everyone has an opportunity to succeed. But first we must understand that need. Our next segment will focus on the challenges of food insecurity with Chief Impact Officer Jared Bruces.
As we continue, we encourage you to comment and keep the discussion going in the chat box. And thank you. Thank you for your commitment to our United Way and our community. We truly appreciate you.